What's going on, my friends? It's good to see everyone. I hope you are well. I literally just got home on two wheels, cooked dinner real quick, and slid my butt down here. It's good to see everyone. I have been at work all day. Good news and bad news. The good news is we are here together. The bad news is I had a special guest who is probably not going to make it, but if she doesn't make it today, she might make it later this evening. If not, she will be here tomorrow. So thank you, Lunch Lady. Good to see you guys. Thank you all for being here. By the way, guys, I just ordered some new fans and I can't wait for you guys to see them. And I am actually going to be doing some merch with some really awesome fans. So that'll be cool. If you like fans, if you like fans, it'll say a lot of cool little things. So, yes. All right. So, this is my first time doing starting this case, so we're kind of going to do a case study together. Now this is Jolissa Fuentes, and it's it's gaining a lot of traction, this story. Hold on, I have a kid. Sorry guys. So we were cooking supper, and all of that is done. So this is really my first time on this case. I was contacted about it by a creator or two doing it. So let's get started and we will discuss it. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you. Helps me pay for kids' school. Oh, God, thank you. It's a lot. It's a lot, but we got it. So, anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all tremendously, really. So, we're going to get started, and we are going to have a special guest on here. It might be on this live. We're just waiting. If not, it'll be later this evening or tomorrow for sure. Yeah, yeah. Jolisa, she looks like, to me, she just looks like a brilliant, nice person. She just oh, thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very kind. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Did I see the 1 year missing? No, I didn't. I did not. It's every day, guys. It's every single day. Thank you, Tanner. You're very kind. Um, but Jaleesa, she just looks like she would be. She just feels like to me like she would be a good friend. You know, like when I see her, and you feel someone's energy. She just looks like she would be a good friend, one you could tell anything to, and you know that it would be safe with her. Thank you, Stacy, and thank you, Autistic Shield, it's FBI Steve Fault. Thank you so much. I appreciate it tremendously. But I mean, is that like how would you I mean, we don't know, Jolise or anything, but how would you like what is your first impression when you see her? I just see her as a warm soul. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, hold on 1 second. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Thank you, honey. Wrong one, wrong one. Sorry, I did the wrong one. Oh, okay. Let's get it right, Justin. So this is missing person Jolisa Fuentes. She is just, how do you become a member? You just go outside right beside where it says subscribe and hit join. If you have an Apple product, the mods can, thank you, Michelle. The mods can drop a link. All right. Just looks, I don't know. I just, when I see her, I just feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Just like a nice soul. Okay. So this is the missing person flyer for uh, Jolisa Nicole Fuentes. And her date of birth is February 8th of 2000. She is 5'3", 220 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. The vehicle pictured below is the actual vehicle Jolisa was last seen driving. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Jolisa Nicole Fuentes, please contact the Selma Police Department, area code 559-896-2525. She has a California license plate with 8, M as in Mary, P as in Paul, U as in Ukiah 766. And this is an actual photo of Miss Jolisa with her car. And you can also talk to one of the detectives at 559-891-2243. And it has the case number and all of that on there. So, all right. We ready? Thank you so much, Ashley, for becoming a member. I appreciate it, my dear. All right. So, over 2 weeks since a Selma woman was last seen, law enforcement and her family are continuing to search for answers. 22-year-old Jolisa Fuentes was last seen driving away from a gas station near Nebraska and Highland Avenues in Selma. I never knew there was a Selma, California until recently. When I think of Selma, I think of Selma, Alabama, or is it Mississippi? I think it's Alabama. At 4 a.m. on Sunday, August 7th, Fuentes was driving a silver four-door 2011 Hyundai Accent with a California license plate of 8, M as in Mary, P as in Paul, U as in Ukiah 766. The car has not been seen since Fuentes' disappearance. Fuentes is described at 5'3", 220 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes. A $10,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to Fuentes' whereabouts. Now we're going to switch over to the timeline. It's Alabama. Yeah, I'm kind of in a big room. I'm waiting to get my, I don't know, those little pad thingies that you stick on the wall. Okay, the timeline of Jolissa's disappearance at 8 p.m. Saturday, August 6th. So, what is today? She's been 18 days now. Fuentes arrived at a family gathering. Officials say Jolissa left the gathering at around 3 a.m. the following morning to grab some belongings from home. Jolissa left home after getting the items and drove to an AM/PM store located at the Arco gas station near Highland and Nebraska Avenues. At 4 a.m. Sunday, a surveillance camera at the gas station captured Fuentes pull up to the store, get out of her car, and walk inside the business to make a purchase at the front counter. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of emails. After buying the items, the footage shows Jolissa walking out of the store, getting back into the car, and turning westbound onto Nebraska Avenue. Fuentes' parents said their daughter should have turned eastbound to drive back home. Now at 5:24 and 5:25 a.m., Fuentes' father said his missing daughter's phone made 2 FaceTime calls to her sister. Now, FaceTime is it's just kind of what we're doing now. It's just, you can see someone on a call. It's like Skype or anything else. So she made 2 calls, FaceTime calls, to her sister, but the calls were unanswered. The Selma Police Department says she was officially reported as a missing person at 8 p.m. on Sunday night. Now, the following Monday, the department launched an investigation into Fuentes' disappearance and was able to get an emergency ping on her cell phone. Her family and friends began to carry out daily searches throughout the area where she was last seen. The next day, detectives began following up on tips provided by the family and used drones to search the area around the AM/PM store the missing woman was last seen driving from. So she gets out from a party. Thank you, Taya Storm, for becoming a member. I may have missed another one. Mods, if you could tell me who the other member was, please thank them for me. Let me know. I'll thank them as well. So, there's like a family partying going on, and, she may have had a couple drinks. But, she leaves there. She goes to the AM/PM gas station, gets a few things, gets in her car, and is never seen again. She is 22 years old, more like 22 years young. And then later on, that morning, there is two FaceTime calls to her sister, but they're never answered. I'd like to know what she picked up at home and why mom thinks she's out at Avocado Lake. Talked about smoking with brother. Thank you, Sicilian. Thank you. Appreciate you. Huh. There is a lot of people going, missing. So, a lot of people going missing. On Thursday, August 11th, the department received records from Fuentes' phone company showing that her cell phone had traveled through Sanger and pinged at a cell tower in the area of Avocado Lake and Pine Flat Lake. Search and rescue crews from the Fresno County Sheriff's Office have been combing through the remote areas near both lakes and on ground and by using a helicopter. The Selma Police Department is continuing to analyze the digital data found during the search warrants and has sent it to the Sheriff's Office, Fresno Police Department, and the FBI for further review. Now, guys, Adventures with Purpose is also currently working on this, I believe, and they are supposed to be searching either now or really, really soon. This coming Thursday, a volunteer search and rescue dive team known as Adventures with Purpose will be arriving in Fresno County to join the group. The group is credited with finding the body of missing teenager Kylie Rodney, which is 16 years old, and she had a vehicle obviously found at Prosser Creek Reservoir in Truckee, California. Anyone with information about this case is asked to call Detective Richard at 559-891-2243. So, there has been a press conference on this. Oh, Hush Puppy, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I thank you. Hey, Doug, you want to come up? You're welcome to come up because Doug is the one that kind of really started taking on this case first, and he talked to a lot of people, trying to get this out there. So we're going to watch the press conference. Okay, Doug, no problem. No worries. Sure. Are you guys talking about the 1-year-old? Yes, Sherry, that's who I plan on having as a guest. Okay. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it. All right. So there is Doug's at the market now, but he'll come up later or we'll get together and do it for sure. So there was a presser 1 day ago. I think the volume was really low on it, though. Like the freaking volume is so low on it. Thank you to those who gifted memberships. It doesn't let me see on this side, but I bet it was Hush Puppy and who else was it? No, I don't get notifications as gifted. But thank you, Hush Puppy. I appreciate it. Hold on. I'm getting. Let me check. See if I'm getting the interview. Holy hell, Hush Puppy. That's unbelievable. Thank you. What? Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's very generous. Thank you for supporting Marissa and I. And thank you all for just being here. I appreciate it. So our interview, she does not get off till 7 o'clock tonight. So hopefully we can do the interview later tonight for sure. So that'll be good. Like guys, I want to play this. I want to play this presser, but damn, it is so low. Like you can't hear nothing. You can't like hear anything. Yes. A lot of generous people. So 50 of you just became members. That's amazing. Her credit card and debit card have not been used since 8/5. I know. And that has me very, very worried. Um, it's just, so here is some photos. Everyone give hush puppies. That's my favorite seafood is a hush puppy. That's my favorite seafood is a hush puppy. I did not know cricket. I did not see that. Um, hold on 1 second. I thought hush puppies were a bread. It is a bread. That's why I said, oh, Amanda Vitas. Give me just a second. Um, I like those two hush puppies. Yeah, actually, I like crab legs and lobster. Okay, I'll drop a link. No worries, no worries. Better late than never. And I'll tell you something. It gives memberships based upon how you interact in the chat. Did you know that? Like the more you talk in chat, the more likely it is when, like, I guess it's what the algorithms it shows that you're a member. So the more you chat, the more you're more likely to be gifted one. Okay, one second. I love crab legs too. So here is surveillance footage of Jolisa getting back in her car. Maybe. Just a beautiful young lady. Very pretty. Surveillance footage captures her making a purchase inside of the AMPM. Was last seen away driving from. Does her was she is there any like anything that has happened recently in her life that has pushed her over the edge? Has she been going through any stressful situations? Has her quality of, like, is she having health problems? You know, what, is something going on that would make her, right, Marissa? What is, or could this just be an accident? Um, we will be speaking with her mother soon. Uh, I'm sure. I heard her best friend. I had heard that her best friend had died a month earlier, and she was very upset. Oh, oh, thank you so much, Irish Rainbow. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. You're very kind. You're always a sweetheart. Thank you. I appreciate it. I wish all these cases got covered. Yes. She bought a cigar. Hmm. Her mom said she took her pretty hard. I need to get in my G drive. Second. Let me open it up here. So someone put on ladies, be careful of all, cautious of your surroundings. This morning I went to surf through car wash here in Selma. As I was vacuuming, a 2020 white Toyota Camry pulled in right next to me. There was plenty of empty stalls, but the guy chose to pull next to me. He never once got off to dry his car. He never once got out to dry his car or vacuum. However, he opened his door, looked at me, and closed it. I found that so odd, and I started paying closer attention. Was looking he was looking from his tinted window with his phone pointed in my direction. It could have been nothing, but I kept seeing him with his phone pointed to me. I went to toss my trash and get my mats, and at that time he got out to use the restroom. I was putting my mats back in, hoping to leave before he returned. But being pregnant, I move a little slower. Anyhow, he comes back and is still looking, so I'm like, this is weird. I'm leaving. As I back out, I just had a gut feeling to get his license plate. I knew he was going to leave when I did, and he did. He pulled out slow and started going in my direction. I then decided it was safer to go to Starbucks drive-through since it's always packed. He then decided to go left on Floral and exited the Walmart parking lot. I called it in because I know I was being recorded and followed, or so it looked that way. Um, I called it in so at least it wouldn't happen again to someone else. They have the info. Being a female is scary because things like this. The man was tall and strong built, so ladies, please, ladies and parents of your daughter, please just be safe. So that makes you wonder, and it makes you think that there is a lot of crazy mofos out there. I wonder if this cigar was. Well, I don't know, but you think about, being 3 o'clock in the morning, and she may have had, you know, that's right, hush puppy. Always trust your instincts. Listen, uh, I think it was like 2 years ago. My New Year's resolution was to trust my instincts. And that is because every time I have ever went against them, I end up making a wrong decision. God put those instincts in you for a reason, just like He does with animals or anything. We have instincts for a reason. It's telling us something. Some people call it your gut, some people call it your intuition. Whatever it is, listen to it. It's very important. There is a reason we have that. And so many times we don't follow it. And most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, we eventually regret it. And never let anyone walk behind you if you are loading groceries. So they can throw you in the trunk? Is that what you mean? Listen, if they'll throw me in the trunk and go unload my groceries for me, I might let them. Just tired. Forgive me, I'm just kidding. Well, what if you don't have a trunk, though? I don't have a trunk. So, No, I'm making light of the situation, but it's not a situation to make light of. But um, they are marking cars here in Texas. Women are still in the store, creep me out, put a zip tie in a torn fabric so they follow you, then kidnap you for trafficking. What? They are marking cars here in Texas while women are in the store. Creepy me. You mean creepy men? Or you mean you? Creepy. Creepy me put a zip tie in a torn fabric so they follow you, then kidnap you for trafficking. I don't get it. What do you, Texas is one of the top 5 in the country for missing people. Well, I mean, Texas is freaking huge. Yes. Yes, they put, hold on, let me read this. Yes, they put a zip tie the door to tell other oh shit. So if you ever see a zip tie, like stay away. It's sad that we live in a world like this. They're using Apple AirTags to track people. Wow. The myth people. You shouldn't. You should also never sit for any length of time checking your phone, etc. Once you get back in your car, be aware of your surrounding always. Like I practically live in my car. It's like an office on wheels. That's a good way to explain it. Justin Google the crap, where'd that go? Frank Colonel Canal. It runs through the Selma area. Frant. Okay. Okay. So you mean this? Is that what you mean? That is crazy. Frank Colonel Canal. Let's see, like, let's learn about it. Is 152 miles? Damn. United States Bureau of Reclamation Incident to convey water to augment irrigation capacity in Fresno, Tulare, and Kern counties, a part of Central Valley Project. Constructed began in 1949 and was completed in 1951 at a cost of 60.8 million. Wow. That's amazing. I never knew that was like so. I mean, I'm sure that there is a. Why is this not working? Hold on one second. I'm oh, it's no worries, honey. No worries. Oh, honey, are you okay? I hope you're okay, Sammy. Yes, there's lots of agriculture. You know, this could be something like, there was an accident and it could be very well hidden. Okay, Jenny. Thank you, honey. Or there could be some foul play. Does her family thinks that was she depressed or anything? That's what I would like to know, is any type of depression, like other than her friend. Let's see here. I want you guys to watch this. Maybe.
County, Selma police are sharing an update on the search for a 22-year-old woman who's been missing for more than 2 weeks. It comes after the family of Jolissa Fuentes expressed concerns that not enough is being done to find her.
Now, loved ones are also expecting help from the independent divers involved in the high-profile search for truckee teen Kylie Rodney. Reporter Nick Garcia with our ABC affiliate in Fresno has the details just released by authorities.
The family of Jolissa Fuentes is desperate for answers after 15 agonizing days without her.
Our family's not complete. It's not complete without her. We're incomplete till she comes home.
The 22-year-old went to the AM/PM on Nebraska and Highland Avenues in the early morning hours of August 7th. Her family members quickly became concerned when they couldn't reach her later that day, and that night they called police.
This is not Jolissa. She always reaches to the family. She even let her brother know she was heading to the store at that time.
Loved ones have been looking for Jolissa around the clock. On Sunday, they organized their own search party after detectives told them she could be in the area of Pine Flat and Avocado Lakes, but there was no sign of her. The family has also expressed frustration that police are not doing enough. Chief Rudy Alcaraz provided an update on their efforts Monday afternoon, saying detectives are treating this like a criminal investigation just in case they end up having to prosecute a suspect. They've partnered with other agencies to search areas on the ground and using a helicopter, but the bulk of their work scouring the web for any trace of Jolissa.
To this point, it's very rare that a 22-year-old girl has no digital footprint, i.e. cell phone, social media, bank cards, things of that nature. Additionally, from the onset of this, the Fuentes family was adamant that this is not normal behavior for Jolissa, which again brings us our concern.
Now the family is also set to get some help from the independent search and recovery dive team, Adventures with Purpose. It's the same group that found the car and apparent remains of Kylie Rodney in a Northern California reservoir on Sunday. The 16-year-old disappeared from a campground near Lake Tahoe August 6th.
We would like to acknowledge the incredible support from law enforcement agencies across the U.S., including the FBI. We hope to continue our efforts hand in hand with them with the upcoming cases of Jolissa Fuentes in Selma, California, and also Annette Adams in San Obispo, California, coming up later this week.
Tonight, you get pumped for your meeting with your go-to ragtag group.
So there we have that. And yes, she's 22 years old. And I am glad that the police are treating this like it's criminal, because the worst thing you can do is not treat it as criminal and then learn that there has been foul play. If you treat this as criminal and it's not criminal, well, then you have nothing to worry about. But if you don't treat it as criminal and it is criminal, well, then you're screwed. So, yeah, just right off the bat, that's the best thing they could do. Strange messages deleted. Well, are they going to? Do we know where Adventures with Purpose is going to look? Sure. Hold on. Come on up, Amanda, if you want. I just don't think she would tell her brother she was going to meet him if she didn't plan. Yes, I think that's a very good point. I agree. I wonder if they've ever checked out that man, like this man here at that car wash. Have they checked out where that guy was? You know, around about the time she went missing. I think they will check there first, yeah. Now, but she was supposed to meet her brother out at a lake, right? Am I getting it right? Did they know how far the store is from her brother's? Is Amanda still in here? There she is. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Justin. Nice to meet you.
How are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Just want to make sure my sound's okay.
Sound beautiful.
Okay, great. So, she wasn't supposed to meet her brother. She was at the party from 8:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. When she left the party, there was a small argument between her and her best friend. I guess she had gotten loud and her best friend was already asleep. Jolissa was outside hanging out with the brother and a few friends that she knew. And when she got loud, the best friend told her, "Hey, you can't be that loud. There's people asleep in here." And she said, "Fine, let me out." And she did. She walked her out. So she spotted on surveillance afterwards. So there's no question about whether she left the party or not. And then also she called her brother when she left the party at 3:30 a.m. and they spoke. She said, "Are you home?" He said, "No, I'm in Fresno." He was at a Denny's in Fresno with some friends. And she said, "Okay, I'm going to go to the store and come back." That's what her mom said today. She said she was going to go to the store and come back.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw her on surveillance at 3:59 a.m. at the AM PM. She leaves AM PM and heads the opposite direction of home. So
Right.
what they assumed initially was that she was headed towards where her friend who had been murdered used to live. And in memoriam of him, she used to go smoke in the orchards. Her mom says it's very much like her to go get lost somewhere and smoke. That it's even okay that she was at Avocado Lake alone, that it's something that she may do. She wasn't depressed, or they said she didn't seem depressed, and that's kind of what's confusing them right now. So she left AM PM, went the opposite way. But one thing that we have heard is that because Avocado Lake is the opposite way of where she turned. So at some point while she went the opposite way, she doubled back and went back towards our AM PM and went through the city of Selma, went through Sanger, and ended up over at Avocado Lake. She went through the cities. Like, I guess she didn't like driving on the interstates, on the highways. So she went through the actual cities and made it there. Her last calls were to her sister, which you know of. She called her sister 3 times. She called her at 3:30 when she called the brother, and then she called her at 5 in the morning as well.
And her friend was murdered.
Her friend was murdered. The murderer was caught, and he was caught.
I'm just shooting things off my head. Could the guy I'm assuming it's a guy that murdered her friend, was he in a gang or anything?
To be completely honest with you, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't ask that. But
that's weird.
But he was young, very young. So she obviously spent some time driving away from the AM PM, and then at some point came back, went through the city, and drove up to Avocado Lake. She called her sister at 5 a.m. and the ping that they have of her up there is a triangulated ping from towers, so they're not exact on the location. And we do know that the ping was in the morning, but they won't give us a time.
Huh. Now, where was the ping?
Near Avocado Lake, or what they call the Pine Flat area.
Mm-hmm. Now, like, do you know up there, does people do like, drug deals up there, or
so
cruise and drink and all that kind of stuff up that way?
It's a very much cruisy area over here.
So you're from the area?
I'm from the area. I live further north, so when I would go hang out with friends to drink and smoke, I went to another lake north of me. But it was something that I have done at her age, driven to somewhere, after party kind of thing, and hung out. So, but her mom saying that she went alone makes me think, okay, she could have been out there alone. She could have gone out there to clear her mind. She was upset. Maybe that her and her friend had an argument. She looked upset a little bit in the surveillance video. So she could have been clearing her head.
In the video, to me, I felt like she was either drinking or she just felt out of it.
So I asked that. I said, do you know if because she's a smoker, and they say, they even say on the Facebook groups, like, she didn't go buy weed, she had her weed, LOL. They know she was a smoker. That's not an issue. Over here, it's such a recreational thing. Right. It's almost like drinking a beer. Right. It's softer than drinking a beer nowadays. Yeah. So I asked them, when I smoke, I can't drink. It's something called a crossfade. You just get totally twisted. So I said, do you know if she was drinking? Because she was also smoking. And they said her dad doesn't think that she looked inebriated in that video. So that might just be how she, like her swag, that might just be her swagger, how she walks, or how she,
her gait.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. And her car has not been found?
Her car has not been found. They are looking for the car, but they're saying because it's just the biggest piece of property they have to look for.
Right.
But her car is also just, I have used the word vanished because it's so empty up here. Like, it's just the freeway here. If you're driving down the freeway for at least 100, 200 miles, it's nothing but flat land. Where she was probably the most mountainous it gets in her area. Like, it's very strange.
I mean, I've drove from
LA
to Washington State. I took the coast highway up there, but
yes, Heather, there is water at Avocado Lake, and it's not like super deep, but it is, it's deep enough.
Okay. Avocado Lake, California.
Oh, I'm going to pull up my notes because there was more.
Hmm.
So they're saying that she didn't access a bank account, and then that there was a sighting in New Mexico that I think has been cleared up. That you know that it's not a valid lead. When her mom told us about Jolissa, she just said, that she's bubbly and she's goofy and she'll, she said if we give her something to try on to, to make them laugh, that she will. She's just super bubbly.
She just looks like a really good friend to me when I
She
see
does.
her. I just think of like she would be a good friend.
And that's another thing. Her mom says that she doesn't have a lot of friends. That her friends that she
Right.
has, they're a tight group of friends, and she doesn't really make no new friends, kind of thing. And
Right.
no boyfriend, no dating apps that they know of. That she didn't have social media, but Facebook. And then if you go on her Facebook, she wasn't active like on her own like page, or at least not that you can see. Like on her wall, it's dated back, but she would comment on people's things, which I can understand. I do the same thing. I don't update my Facebook, but I comment on people's stuff on posts. So this is
Right.
very much what it looks like. It's so flat,
Yeah.
There's just where they were initially looking for her. I was, telling people there's no water there, and if there is a canal, her car will just be sticking straight out of it. It's not the irrigation canals aren't full right now.
So it's agriculture. Everything is agriculture, right? They're pretty much. I mean, it's
Selma's right next to the agriculture center of the universe.
right. Okay. Okay. So it's kind of a weird shaped lake, right? Is that the?
Yeah, it is. It's a weird shaped lake. It's just very man-made, just opens and closes in weird
Okay.
places.
So is these like? Oh, these are rivers. Okay, I didn't know if this was like the whatever the things where the water runs through.
And see,
The
I've
man.
been to Avocado Lake and I've been to Pine Flat, but I thought Pine Flat was a creek. To be honest, I don't even know the difference anymore, but they're all up there. I've been to them, just like in Kylie's case, you can just drive, like there is a place where you go to Avocado Lake, and if you wanted to, you could just drive into the water.
Oh God, really?
Mhm. No Thanks Investigates actually did really good drone footage. Yeah, drone footage yesterday, and you could
Yes.
see where I'm talking about.
Let's I'll pull him up. So I've never been to. I mean, is this like does people, is it like a campground or anything like that?
It looks like a day use campground. Right there where they're at. Do you know what a day use campground is? Where it's just like tables and little camping, like little areas where you could set up for the day to grill or whatever. And then somebody asked, "What about Millerton Lake?" She went the complete opposite direction of Millerton Lake, so she would be about, I'd say, almost an hour and 45 minutes away. That's just a guesstimation. I'm not very savvy on maps or anything, but it's not very close anymore. She went the opposite way.
Okay. Okay.
Sandy, she did work. She worked 6 days a week at her aunt's company. It was a factory, I believe. And her mom says she was a very hard worker. She wouldn't miss work, but that was her only day off. See what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sheriff's are out blurry. I guess he did the slide.
They're dragging the water. There's a jet ski out here too.
So they're dragging this.
they're judging it, yeah.
People searching.
So AWP will
Back
be
there.
there tomorrow. They're in Selma already,
That's the sheriff.
but they're gonna start tomorrow.
Valerie asked, what about Bass Lake?
They've been searching everywhere I've been droning.
Fast Lake, it's just not in the
All of those
direction of
videos.
where she last pinged.
How you doing, guys? If you need me to drone anywhere while I'm out here, while you're out here, let me know. I got you guys.
Do you know how deep the lake would be?
I do not know how deep it is, but I'm guessing 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
It's a nice creek to swim at. I keep calling it a creek. I don't know why. It's a nice lake to swim at.
I actually drove up and around earlier today to the backside.
And people just probably go there to chill.
But I couldn't drown.
I think you have both your StreamYard and video sharing for the sound.
Oh, sorry. I need to mute it.
So Avocado Lake is a 210-acre day-use park providing recreational swimming, fishing, and picnicking. The park has picnic tables, a group picnic area, barbecues, and launching ramp and playground.
Nice
Thank you, MM Note. Selena, it's no thanks, investigate.
Still.
Where was the last ping?
Near Avocado Lake.
So definitely it's deep enough to throw a body along the edge of this water and let it sink.
In this heat, it would rise.
Now, my thoughts on this is that if her phone is here and her car isn't, she may not be here. If she's here, and we'll talk about this more tonight because I have a time frame that I can kind of put together on by the time they got here and the phone pinged. So go over that.
Would she be one that would ever like run away or
for Jolissa
anything
Fuentes,
like that?
22-year-old that went missing.
The
August
police
7th,
even said that the one
around 4
sticking
a.m.
point
last seen
is that the family
on camera
was
at the AM PM off
adamant that this
Nebraska
isn't
and
like her.
Highland out here in Selma, California. Yeah, I went to the river. I had no reception. I got all the way down to the dam as well. I walked the dam. I took some pictures and I did some static recording over there. Can't always get it. Can't always get reception, and you have to be able to connect to your phone to be able to fly the drone. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get back to work. Just wanted to give you a quick update. The sheriffs are here, and they're out here doing due diligence before AWP gets here. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
I was speaking over him, so I apologize. What I did say was that one thing that the law enforcement said that stuck out to them was that that this isn't like her, that this is not something she did. In fact, part of the reason why I was so drawn to the story was her family's interviews are just, they're so moving. And her grandmother said that in the morning right after church that she knew something was wrong, that she knew that if Jolissa wasn't getting a hold of her, that there was something very, very wrong. And
No,
look, she's missing.
She did not pump gas, did she? She did not. Right?
Okay. No.
Okay.
She didn't even park on the gas side. She actually just passed it.
Parked up front. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know her family are just trying everything. They just want to find her. I can tell you, if Adventures with Purpose, looks at that lake, if she's in there, they will find her.
Yeah. And her family, they're open to them finding anything, but they're hoping that this just clears that area.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
And the reason you didn't get to speak to Norma today is, unfortunately, she had to go back to work. Like, she's been taking time off to search for her daughter, and now she's got to wake up in the morning and do interviews and talk to investigators and talk to family members and talk to helpers and then go to work.
She has to be exhausted
And then she comes home and searches for her baby.
mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually exhausted. The family has to be.
One of the words that I keep using is confused. I would be so confused.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be just. I mean, I heard you say earlier you had a kid, and it just, as a parent,
Twins. Yeah.
I can't even put myself in her shoes, and I won't even pretend that I know what she's going through.
Yeah. Wow. Now, so how many siblings?
She's one of four.
One of four. Okay.
Yeah, and she's named after her dad. Her name's Jolissa, and her dad's Joey.
Now, is she the youngest, middle, oldest? Do you know?
That I do not know, but to be completely honest with you, she gives me the baby vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think that too. I would feel that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
she
would
gives
be,
me baby vibes.
it would be panic. So she's been missing what?
If
2
today
weeks.
is the 24th, it has been 17 days.
17 days. Wow. It's not good. The further it goes out, you just worry. But she went missing the day after Kylie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And have I was going to say, have they like checked for, sex offenders, you know what I mean? But you wouldn't even know where to start unless it would be in this area, because I mean, if she had the last ping in this area, so they definitely know the route she took because they have her pinging throughout the city, correct?
Yes.
And going to Avocado Lake.
Throughout cities.
Cities, yes, cities. And they have her close to Avocado Lake.
Yes. So pings, they're not exact. It's triangulated, so 3 different towers, wherever they meet in the middle. I'm not sure. Back in 2018, it was 50-mile radius. I'm not sure the radius right now. Depends also on the cell towers that are out there. So I'm going to say anywhere between 0 and 20 miles it could be from where she pinged. So it's a lot of area to cover. And they keep, if you hear the press conference, they keep reiterating that it's such a big area to cover.
Do you know if the police, have they taken any of her computers or laptops from home to check?
I didn't ask, and I'm not aware of it.
I was just wondering, I was like, is she started seeing anybody? Was she dating anybody?
Her mom said no boyfriend and no dating apps. I would like to say that, even if you're close to your siblings, you may not want them to know that you're,
Sure.
Maybe on a dating app. Some people use Tinder to hang out.
Right.
And then they, I'm not saying like they keep it secret, but they, you don't want to tell everybody, no pillow talking.
Right.
So, I was asking about that, but they said not that they know of.
Okay. How about game apps?
Oh,
Are those dangerous now?
I don't know. I heard Discord's pretty dangerous.
I don't even do Discord. I tried it once, but to me, it is so not user friendly.
I don't even understand it.
It's so confusing to me, so I don't even deal with it.
So Jen Hoffa, the lake is close to Orchards, not the ones that they initially thought she was at. It's going to be the same distance from her home to Avocado Lake, so it's pretty far. I mean, it's not super close. Bex, her sister, is sad that she missed them. Her phone was in the other room and she was sleeping. She was actually in Los Angeles when it happened. So I'm sure she's upset about it. And from my understanding, her mom doesn't know if it was a normal time for her to be calling her sister, but she does know that it's something super normal for her to video call her from Messenger.
What time did those calls come in?
It's either 5:25 and 5:26 or 5:24 and 5:25. I have it on my video. I'm not. I have the actual roll. Her sister submitted her pictures of her, the screenshots of her Messenger. She submitted them to the news agency, so they actually it's on video.
Okay.
So we see the screenshots. They're there. And
I mean, that's rather early to be calling.
yeah, and she called her at 3:30 as well.
So 3:30, and then she called her 2 other times around 5:25 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So a total of 3 calls, is that correct?
A total of 3 calls to the sister. And then I believe that they may have more calls, but they're probably not going to release that. I do actually. It's my username that's right here. It's just
Yes.
Amanda's Vida.
They're dropping her link in chat, so you guys make sure you sub up to Miss Amanda Vida.
I'm getting pretty close to 10K, so I took about a year off. I had my last baby, and I'm really trying to soak him all in. So I took some time off, but this is just so close to home. This is what I do. I've been doing this all my life, searching for missing people, just as a natural thing, like since I was a little kid. And then this is just so close to me. She kind of looks like me. I don't know. It's just it's stolen my attention. And yesterday and the day before I was sick, but I was sitting at home just super stressed out. Like I'm so close. I feel like I could be doing so much more.
Yeah.
I tagged you in a video about a week ago and in a community post. I wanted everybody to hear Jolissa out. And I also don't want her to be a statistic or be called a statistic. Like when people are saying it's because she's a minority, I think it's because she's an adult. And Kylie was 16. I think that will trump a missing adult case any day.
Sure. Yeah.
But that's all we have right now. Her sister, I'm supposed to do an interview with her sister, and then we just did one this morning on Zav Girls with her mom, and then I heard you're going to do one with her mom as well, which is wonderful. I let her know this morning, and the dad. I encouraged them to keep going and speaking on every platform they can. I mean, granted, it's a good platform.
Sure.
Because the more people talking about it, the more her face gets out there. And we have seen now Kylie and Gabby, it helps. It works.
It
works.
does. It really does. Yeah, I think ICU was watching your interview. It was a great interview, she says.
Yeah, thank you, ICU. She told me that earlier. And I was super nervous. I was shaking. I cried a few times. And it's, they're very personable. Her family. Her dad was there, and then we've worked cases like Summer Wells where I've asked Candace, like, do you have anything to say to your daughter? And she's kind of like drawing at straws, like she can't really. I just want to tell her I love her. Like, no, I didn't even have to ask this mom. What do you want to say to your daughter? She's talking to her, just like it was very moving.
There's always cases that are special to us. You know what I mean? So,
well, this one hit me close. I mean, I'm even doxing myself to where I live. So, yeah, but it helps. It helps people that know me, that know that know that I know this area to feel relatable to it.
Now, like, what's the closest community around this area? Is there a close community around this lake? Like, is there residential areas?
So where that area starts, I think it kind of becomes a little bit like vast land, a little bit, to be completely honest with you, but I'm not too sure. But I just know it's not super dense right there. I'd have to look on the map.
So let's say, for instance, she was there very late, very early in the morning, late at night, depends how you look at it. If somebody else would be there, like if you would scream, would anybody hear you?
No.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. And like I wasn't sure when I said that it was a day use camping ground, but somebody put it in. They put the description down, and it's a day use, so nobody's even supposed to be there at night.
And there's no gates or anything?
You know what? That I'm unsure of, but I don't think so. And as her dad said, somebody said, "Is it normal for her to be out this late?" He said, "Well, it was kind of early now." And it's true. It was early in the morning. People fish at that time. Oops, sorry. People fish at that time, so it could have been open already or just never closed. But it's a good
Yeah.
question.
And there's no surveillance, uh, like going into this lake or leaving?
Not that I have heard of. Not that I've heard of, and not that they've mentioned. Um, Last surveillance that they mentioned was just her driving back from the orchards. That's kind of what the last thing that they mentioned. But I do know that if she went through the city of Sanger, there are cameras in Sanger, so it's very likely that they've caught her on camera there.
So, like the road getting to this, I'm just thinking of like, what kind of road is it? Is there any residential homes that would have like ring doorbells or security cameras to see, you know, if her car went in at a certain time?
No,
Did
it's
it go
all
out at a certain time?
no. The drive up there is very empty. Yeah, it's similar to. Are you in California?
No, I'm in West Virginia.
Ugh, way different. But it's similar to the lake areas out here. They have houses around the lakes, but they're usually outside of the cities, outside of the big cities.
Yeah.
But
Dang,
I
this
know.
is,
My
that a
little
lot.
motto is I have questions. In this case, I have so many questions. Or I don't even want to call it a case. In this disappearance in Jolissa's story, there's so many questions.
Yeah. It makes you wonder. I mean, did anyone see her at the gas station? Did anyone follow her from anywhere? Did she come up here to this lake and was there some creeper, up here? You just don't know.
No, you really don't. And I always say trafficking is real, you know,
That it
real
is,
thing.
and it's sad. Um, Damn. When is Adventures with Purpose supposed to? Is
They
it
will
tomorrow?
They're there today, but they aren't
Oh,
going to start until tomorrow. But tomorrow
right,
they get started. I'm God willing, I'm hoping I can make it out there. Like I said, I have a very tiny baby, but I want to be there when they're there. So I'll probably be there in the morning. I don't want to live stream. I'll probably just take a bunch of video and then upload it when I get back.
right. This it shouldn't take them too long to do this area,
Right.
this lake area, because I mean it's not huge by any means, is it? It's not a huge lake.
Mm-mm, it's not. But there
I
are
mean,
two areas of water that they want to search. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's just
hopefully they've
it's
been given some tips.
I just want them to clear it. Like I don't think she's there. I really don't think she's there.
Right. I mean, if she's not there, you may not know where she is, but you definitely know she's not there.
Hmm.
So you can eliminate it.
Or just
Right.
like Doug said, if her phone's there and her car's not there, she may not even be there.
Right.
Yeah. But I have to jump off. I was so eager to get up here. I'm so very sorry.
No.
Anytime Jolissa's name pops up on my feed, I'm like, I don't know.
Yep. Thank you so much. We'll check out your channel, guys. Please subscribe to Amanda Vida. Um, she will have some, hopefully on the ground footage there tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so.
And thank you for covering, one of your local people.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, she says, I'm guessing that helicopters haven't flown over the area searching. Mendy, as of Tuesday, they had done 15 hours, but I don't know since yesterday.
wow.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Your
Thank you.
chat is actually very kind. That's a change
Appreciate
from a lot of other crazy chats. You guys have a good day and keep Jolissa's name out there. Don't stop talking about her. The more we talk about her, the more people will remember her face.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Brenda. Bye-bye. So, wow, that's something, guys. We just, one second, I got a kid. So yeah, there's, if adventures with, I'm having a, so oh, Jesse, I'm sorry, honey. I hope it gets better for you. Hope it gets better. Um, let's just hope and pray that she is found safe. Um, I know as the days go, get further apart, it, to be truthful, it gets less and less likely, but there's still such thing as miracles, and we just have to hope for that. But if she is in that lake or the water around in that area, adventurers with purpose, they will find her. They definitely will find her. So this, oh crap, what I do? There we go. This is a little bit of Doug's video. This is some of the drone footage. I mean, it's a beautiful lake. You just don't. I think that Adventures with Purpose will know rather quickly if she is in that lake or not, because when they pass, I think it's like 60 feet or something that they do, and it's but they still overlap that a little bit. Doug did some great drone footage here. Thank you to no thanks, Doug, for being on the ground and doing this. We really, really do appreciate it. I mean, the water looks, it looks rather clean compared to some of the other lakes. You can see, quite a bit. I don't know. I just don't. Amanda said this. She's like, I don't feel like she's in this lake, and I don't really either. But if she's not here, then where is she? Yes, the sheriff department dragged it day before yesterday. I mean, yeah, it is murky. It's a fresh water, but it's not that, it's just not that big. I just don't feel like she's here. Yes, you're right, Jesse. The missing car is a red flag, just like Kylie. So I feel she's in the water. So I mean, it's like if she's in the water, like I kind of feel like if she's not in the water, then she is just somewhere like on the side of the road. Maybe there was an accident and she just hasn't been found yet. Could be true, Christina. It could be very true. Sure, there's a lot of people that visit here, but I mean, I think it would be personally scary to go here at 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself. To me, that's like I wouldn't want to be caught at 3 o'clock in the morning by myself there. But everyone is different. Yeah, me too, Bex. Like I would be, because you don't know what's around, who's around. It's a good question, Jesse. Good question. Cody, this is another case. This is Jolisa Fuentes. And I really wanted to hear the press conference, but it's so low. You can't hear anything. Yeah, guys, if you guys will hit the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. It is a great way to help out the channel. Yes, something like that, Jesse. Yeah, it's beautiful. I just don't feel like she's here, though. I don't know why, I just don't feel it. But I could be very wrong. Nobody in California pays attention to closing times unless they come and lock it up. Yeah, and that's not going to stop anyone. Justin I sent you a pic. Please look at it. Okay, thank you, Tabitha. Let me look. Let me go to my email. This is a picture during the day of the clearing of where she would have went. It looks different at night. If you zoom in, you can tell it's the same place. Notice the lights in the distance and where everyone is looking. Holy shit. So going back to the Kylie case, thank you, Doug, for that. Appreciate it. Has anyone seen this photo of, of all the teenagers looking back? Is this true? They said this is the photo during the daytime of this area. Is that how close the lake is? Really? Wow. Damn. See if I can make it bigger. I mean, that's insanity. You know, I know a lot of people's like, if there was 300 people there, one of them's bound to talk. And I'm like, you remember that movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer? Like there was this one girl that was going to talk, but they were like, you don't talk. You don't say nothing. So she never did. But how many people were there by the time the party was over? Or, you know, later on in the evening? I love Seattle. And I love Santa Cruz too. I've been to both. This photo was from another party months before. Really? It's been used since the beginning, but could be. You see no drinks in any hands. That's a good point. This says Sammy Smith. Now listen, I'm getting on a side note here. But if that was issued by Sammy Smith, and she said that was the party from when they were partying, boy, that would be suspect. We don't know yet if her belongings was next with her, but you can, I would say yes, particularly the phone. Mm-hmm. Me too, Jim. How did she miss on them trees if she was that messed up? What do you mean miss on the trees? Look at the water? What do you mean? Yes. In the top left corner, it says Sammy Smith, and that's what I would like to know. Did Sammy give this picture? Like, I'm surprised they haven't had another press conference, because I think the next press conference or two is going to really tell us a lot. What this is, they're leaning toward, you know, accidental or foul play. What? Oh, we're here? But if this is an old picture and isn't actually from that night, then it doesn't matter if there's a light there. Zoom directly below the. Yeah, I did. Oh, crap. Right there. Right there, but I just don't. It is. I mean, some people says, "Oh, it's not the night of the party," and some people says, "Oh, it is." But you got to admit, you don't see any drinks in these kids' hands. See a lot of trash. This guy looks like he might be holding a drink, but that's it. Where's the light coming from? Good question. Could it be from the search? No, I don't. It couldn't be from the search because there was no search at this time. Who knows? We'll see. We'll have to see. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to jump off here. I will be back in a little bit. If I am not back with the interview with Jolissa's mother, then I will be back on my second channel, and I might see if Molly will jump on with me, and we might have a little fun. So, thank you all. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you all. Please, thank you, Baby Boo, for the cash out. Thank you. Thank you for buying your memberships. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being here. Please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel, and it really gets the story out there, and it's a free way to help. God bless each and every one of you. Mwah. Love you all. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.